Ashcroft introduction. no, no, it's always a joy. It's always a joy to be able to preach, and I appreciate the opportunities. Um, we just had a great weekend at the graduation, and it's hard not to reflect on that. But we're here in the house of the Lord to hear what God has to say, and we're in this series about remember. For the entire message of God in the book of Deuteronomy is about remembering, our need to remember. Moses very clearly is going over and over how they need to remember all that God has said. And last Sunday morning, Pastor Eric's message was remember the love. And let's see, what were those 3 points? Love, commit, repeat. See, you got it. I knew what they were. I have it written down, but I want to make sure that you remember. That was a great message last Sunday. Well, our focus is kind of similar this morning. Monday morning, I want to tell you that as Peg and I were eating breakfast, and yes, the TV was on in the background, as it always is. I like to hear the news and things. A television commercial came on, which began with these words: "Our brains are incredible, but our memory can be." And I heard that, and I said, Peg, I want to use that in my message this Sunday. I just like that. So I began to write down how our brains are incredible, but our memory can be, what did they say? And both Peg and I looked at each other and we began to laugh because we could not remember. So I got to thinking, well, our brains are incredible, but our memory can be poor, faulty, flawed. I don't know. They all made sense to me. I don't think that's what they said. So what you fill in the blank? What do you think? You got a word that you'd put in but our memories can be? Well, anyway, you fill in your own word. Well, the rest of the story is that Monday night we heard the TV commercial again, and their word that they put in that blank is complicated. Our brains are incredible, but our memory can be complicated. I think they're just trying to be kind in their commercial. Sure, our memory is complicated, but really, hey, it's faulty and it's flawed oftentimes. So remembering isn't easy for most of us. And I don't think it's an age thing either, because I've met young people that they seem to forget things too. Well, anyway, I'll share another quick story with you. Monday afternoon, Peg and I moved the kitchen table so we could take the small rug outside to power wash it. So we moved the table and moved it away, and I was thinking right away as we're moving that table, we need to make sure we don't hit our head on the kitchen chandelier now that the table's moved. Then I immediately walked across the rug and hit my head on the kitchen chandelier. I'm not kidding you. I don't know. I just did it. So remembering isn't easy for most of us, but it's extremely important for us to do. My title this morning is To Love is to Honor. To love is to honor. And by definition, let's think about what it means to honor. To honor is to regard or treat someone with admiration and respect. To give special recognition to, to live up to or fulfill the terms. I believe that many of us were raised to honor our parents and our grandparents, and many of us were raised to show respect to teachers and to police and all of those who are in authority over us. I'm not sure that's always true today in the world we live in, where people do not show respect to those in authority at all. But we were raised that way, to respect people, to honor them. Now, I want you to think about this, though. We can honor and respect those we don't love, but we cannot truly love someone without honoring them. We can honor and respect those that we don't love, but we cannot truly love someone without honoring them, because to love is to honor. Now, I know that our words can be a starting point for showing honor. Words can be a starting point for showing honor. I mean, Hallmark has made cards as a private company. Did you know they generate between $3.5 to $5 billion each year? With greeting cards being still the core of their business. Oh yeah, they make movies and they do a lot of other things, but the core of their business is greeting cards. $3.5 to $5 billion each year. And if you think about it, they are in the business of words. But words can be deceptive or false. You say, really? Oh yeah, sure. Anyone can go and buy and send a dozen or more greeting cards that say things like, "You are my very best friend."